Hi everybody, another weekend. So I borrowed the CMX1100 DCT version, which is awesome for bopping around the town. You just pick your position and the gearbox is sorted for you. You worry about where you're going to stick it, which bit you're going to filter down, and the bike works out the gearbox for you. Brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant. And with a cruiser like this, where you're just bopping along quite happily, it's even better because you're literally chilled and relaxed. One thing I will say for this CMX, it's just the right wheelbase. For a custom shaped bike, it handles very, very well. If this was any other Japanese custom, you'd hear grinding noises round roundabouts. The foot pegs are just in the wrong place, where this Honda's put them in just the right place. Like I said, I think the wheelbase is spot on. It handles really nice. I've ridden quite a few bikes over the years, and you just line up for your corner, leading the thing over, and you think, oh, where this just seems to work really well. Just trying to get myself a little bit away from a car. So this roundabout that's coming up, I'll give it a good old lean over. But no, it does handle very, very well. Here we go, round the roundabout. And then I've got a lovely little tight left off. And a red light. And now we'll show you how to take the seat off the CMX. Push the key in, turn it, the seat pops off, and there's your storage. And that funny little thing there is your micro USB. You need an adapter so you can charge your phone, because like I say, it's a micro USB. The review we're doing on the CMX is going to be slightly longer than normal. I try and keep them down to 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is enough of listening to me waffle on. But I have a helper helping me today. Rachel's going to ride the CMX. She's normally camera girl, does a little bit of riding, but it's very important. I want her opinion on this one because there's a lot of ladies buying it. So let's hear what a lady who's had a license nearly 20 years thinks of the CMX, and it's a DCT. See what she thinks of that.
So, having had my motorbike license for just about 20 years now, I'm not a super duper regular rider, but you know, I ride a bit. I used to ride a lot more than I do now. But I am used to a manual bike, and this is a DCT. So I hadn't realised that it was a DCT till I got on it this afternoon to head out for our little spin, and had that horrible realisation that there's no clutch lever. Graham had apparently told me it was a DCT, but clearly I wasn't listening when he did tell me. Anyway, so after having a little bit of a kind of freak out because I'm not used to riding without clutch, it's taken me a little bit to get used to it, but I've sort of got the hang of it now, using your back brake instead of where you would normally ride your clutch. So I'm getting there slowly, I think. The automatic gearbox for just acceleration is absolutely mega. So that side of it I really like. I suppose you could argue it's like a big scooter, just twist and go. But you don't have to kind of think about changing gear, and I guess not being in the right gear, because I think the bike kind of does a lot of it for you. It's got a really nice engine, super smooth, and it's, for such a big bike and a long bike, it's really easy to manoeuvre. Sorry, just trying not to get squashed by the idiot car driver overtaking a cyclist. So I am used to riding a more city-up bike, so my bike is a CB1000R. It's an older one, it's on a 58 plate. So the sitting position on this, for me, feels really odd, only because I am used to sitting bolt upright. I horse ride as well, so I am used to sitting in a super duper upright position, and this one, just because of where the foot pegs are positioned, I feel slightly curled up. I don't think it's uncomfortable, I think it's just unusual for me, and I think it would be something that I would get used to. And again, you're just kind of looking for the foot pegs when you get on. I'm looking for the indicators because it's just a little bit different from my bike. Talking of ergonomics, the side stand is a really easy to find place, which possibly sounds the most ridiculous thing to say, but how many bikes I've been on, and whether it's where the foot peg is or the fact that my leg doesn't bend that far back, but I really struggle to find the foot peg, the side stand, sorry, to put down. But this one is very easy, so 10 out of 10 for side stand positioning. I am only 5'3½". I've never really had much problem kind of getting the bike that I would like. I know my limitations, so I've managed quite well with relatively big bikes. I don't think I've got a particularly short leg, although I'm not a particularly tall person. But as far as big bikes go, big engined bikes, this is the only one I think that I've ridden that I can get proper flat-footed on the floor. So I think it would be a big confidence giver for a lot of people. Not just little ladies, but you know, there are guys out there who are not blessed in the height department. And also it's about weight distribution as well, isn't it? So it's it feels pretty well planted, this bike.
Thanks Rachel for your opinion on the CMX1100. Now back to our normal stuff. So here we go, sitting test, and I go first. So as I've said in the past, 5'10", 32-inch inside leg. That's a nice comfy seat, and as you can see, foot flat on the ground, both sides with my legs bent. But we have been saying this, the CMX is a low seat height bike, so it should fit most people very happily. So yeah, good sitting position. Sitting test part 2, Rachel's turn. So as I've said in the past, 5'3½". So there she goes, gets herself on it, lifts it up straight, sits down, and look at that. Both feet flat on the deck, legs bent. As we've been saying, a really low bike, the CMX, so it should be good for most riders. And as we've mentioned, a good confidence builder as well. Now Rachel's sitting quite far forward, so she does look very straight upright. When she pulls away, however, she does slide back, hence she gets into that curved sitting position. Now we'll go for the sound track. Now this bike has a negative dash, and what that means is it's a black dash with white letters. Obviously normally you have white dashes with black letters, but this one does it the other way around. And to go through your different modes, you use the rocker switch here. So you press your mode button at the bottom, and as you can see, that moves a little segment around. So when that is indicated there, use your rocker switch here. I don't know if you can see, but as you hit the rocker switch, so if I'll show you what it does. So user, sport, standard, rain, and you can see the engine braking and the power and the traction's always being altered as you pick your different modes. Press the mode button again, and it's ended up down at the odometer, and now you've got your information through there. Press it again and you've got your trip meters. And that's all worked by these two buttons here. Nice and easy. Let's finish off with a little bit of spec talk. We all know it's the Africa twin engine, which they've obviously had a little bit fiddle with because it is in a different shape, style of bike, doesn't need to be the fastest thing on the planet. So 85 bhp, quite canny, 72 foot-pounds of torque, again, plenty. I wish they'd hung on to a bit more of the twins go, but hey, it is a different style of bike. And for the price, I mean £8,999 at the moment for a standard bike, and you get your cruise control and your power maps and your funky blacked out forks. You know, it's a good price. I think if it had been any other manufacturer, it probably would have been a lot more money, definitely if it was a Harley. And then you've got the one-off, the DCT, nobody else does it, and £9,899, again, I think that's a bit of a bargain. Well, that's all from us for now. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll catch us all later.
Graham has coerced me into doing this. Right. Okay, so into drive. I'm in standard mode at the moment. Let's just pull away from here. Oh, car 3 billion miles away, so I'll wait. Okay, off we go. So now I have to try and multitask, which contrary to popular belief is actually not one of my strong points. So breathing, talking, riding the motorbike, concentrating and trying to remember where I'm going. What could possibly go wrong?